The first couple weeks for time management are really difficult because you're thrown into this whole scenario where you have no clue what's going on. So I would definitely recommend finding where your classes are beforehand, just so when it comes you're not stressing about where your class is, and definitely leaving yourself enough time for the first couple weeks just so you can prepare yourself a little better. And you have to give yourself time to eat, which is important, and also for studying, you want to make sure that you give yourself enough time to study a week, because there's, I'm surrounded by like people in my dorm room who are, not everyone's working all the time, so there's always people hanging out, and there's always people who will want you to hang out with them. So you have to know when it's time to say no versus time that you can hang with them. And the other thing I recommend is I'm on a huge campus, so it's really nice to learn the bus schedule. I've been able to save a lot of time just by looking up when the bus will come to each stop and riding that instead of walking.
For me, time management in the beginning was a little stressful, just because I had a lot of classes. They all started at 8 a.m., so I'd go from class to work, where I worked 20 hours a week, back to class, and then I had other things such as like tutoring, and I usually wouldn't get home until late that night. So for me, it was trying to find like the time to really study was my biggest priority. So it was like being under that stress was kind of good for me because it didn't really give me the option to like slack off when I got home. So for me, it was just like you'd get home and you study, and it was also helpful being my roommates are also like that as well. So all of us would either study together or we all knew like when to leave each other alone just to study.
For me, the transition was a little bit easier just because my campus at Springfield is a little bit smaller, so everything's about 5 or the longest 10 minutes away for a walk. But the easiest way for me to get down my scheduling was just keeping it on my phone and just checking where the classes were and having a map on my phone as well, just to find out where everything is. And then you have it down within like a week or two. And I do have a job. I got that later in the semester, but it's very important to like talk to your boss and find which work hours work best for you for your schedule.